Hello everyone and welcome back to Double Sleeved. Today we're covering the green Veku / Gogeta deck. Green has been lagging behind the other colours for the most part over the last few sets, but with a couple of cool cards coming out in this set and the tournament packs and things like that, we're starting to see green increase just a little bit in popularity and hopefully get back into a meta format. Starting off with the leader though, we have Veku, 5000 power. Auto, when this card attacks, look at up to 5 cards from the top of your deck, add up to 1 Son Goku BR, Vegeta BR, or Gogeta BR, all green with an energy cost of 6 or less, among them to your hand, shuffle your deck, and then this card gets plus 5000 for the battle. So offensively we still get to 10k, but defensively we are 5, so we do want to get to our backside as quick as possible. And to do that we've got an auto, if you have 2 or more energy, when one of your Z energy cards activates EX Evolve, you may flip this card to its back. If you do draw one, switch one of your energy to active mode, and then add cards from your life to your hand until you have 6. And then we have the standard Awaken, when our life is at 4 or less, draw one, untap one, and flip over. On our Awaken side, Gogeta Fusion complete, we're back to a standard 15k. Auto once per turn when you play a green battle card with EX Evolve from your Z energy, or a green Gogeta BR card with a Union skill from your hand, we get to draw a card. And then auto, when this card attacks, draw one, and it gets plus 5000 power for the battle. Moving into the battle cards, we've got Son Goku Limbering Up. It's a 1-drop 5k. When it's played, look at the top 7, add a Son Goku BR, Vegeta BR among them to your hand. Sorry, a Goku or Vegeta, both green with an energy cost of 6 or less. And then we have Vegeta Limbering Up, which does the same thing. So we can search for that Son Goku BR or Vegeta BR, and add it to our hand. We then have 3-drop SS Vegeta All Out Evolution. This one's a 15k deflect critical, and EX Evolve limit 1 for 1 green energy. So we get to draw a card, and then we evolve over a green Vegeta BR card with an energy cost of 2 or less. And then we've got a permanent. This card's EX Evolve skill can be activated from your Z energy. So we can charge this card early on and then use it to EX Evolve over the Vegeta, which will trigger our leader's auto if we have the 2 or more energy, allowing us to flip over, and then we've got a 15k critical. And then we've got the Goku, which can obviously evolve over the Goku, deflect, EX Evolve, limit 1. Again, we draw a card over the green Son Goku BR, 2 or less. Same permanent, and then auto, if your leader is a green Veku BR or green Gogeta BR, when this card is played, we get to draw one and then discard one from our hand. Then we've got Super Saiyan God Vegeta Crimson Impact, another 15k. Again, EX Evolve limit 1, and we draw a card. However, this one is for a green Vegeta BR with an energy cost of 3 or less. So the All Out Evolution that we just saw. Auto, when this card is played, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 4 or less and KO it. So some removal there. And then we've got the Son Goku Crimson Impact. The same EX Evolve over a Goku BR, 3 or less. Same permanent. And then auto, if your leader's Veku or Gogeta, you discard 1 card from hand, and when it's played, you get to play up to 1 Son Goku BR or Vegeta BR card, both green, with an energy cost of 1 from your drop with its skills negated for the turn in rest mode. So a good way to kind of recycle the cards from the drop area if we need to, and then we can EX Evolve over those, the cards that we play, or use them for Union Fusion as well. Super Saiyan Blue Son Goku and Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta Team Attack. Another 15k. This one's a double striker. Permanent, when this card would leave your battle area, remove it from the game instead. So we're not going to be comboing with this card from the battle area. But if it gets removed by skills as well, then it will leave. Similar to how SERs work as well with battle areas. Auto, when this card is played, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 6 or less and KO it. This card gets plus 5000 power for the turn. Additionally, if you have at least 1 Son Goku BR card and 1 Vegeta BR card in your Z energy, draw 1. We've got to activate main limit 1 for 1 green energy. If your leader is a green Veku or green Gogeta and you have 3 or more energy, you can play this card from your hand or Z energy. So a great way to get a 20k double striker out for 1 energy, and a great card for Union Fusion as well, acting as either the Goku or the Vegeta depending on what we need. 6-drop SS Gogeta facing the ultimate. It's a 25k deflect dual attacker, Union Fusion for 2 green energy. If your opponent has 2 or more energy and you draw 1 card as part of the cost, we obviously need the green Son Goku BR and green Vegeta BR. Permanent, you can choose battle cards in your Z energy when choosing cards to use for this card's union skill from your hand. If you do, place the chosen cards in the owner's drop. Auto limit 1, when this card is played, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and KO it, and this card can't be KO'd until the end of your opponent's next turn. So it can still be removed by skills and negged and things like that, not if they KO, obviously, but if it places it in the drop area or bottom decks it and things like that, it can still be removed. But we are safe, I guess, playing into green a little bit more than some of the other colors, which generally do have some KO effects, but still a pretty cool effect. A lot of autos and things like that choose cards to KO. Then we've got Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta Limits Broken. This is an 8-drop 35k Deflect Double Striker. This one has a permanent. This card can't be KO'd, so it doesn't matter whether it's the turn it's played or later on, this card can't be KO'd in general. Auto Limit 1, when this card is played, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, KO it, and your opponent discards 1 card from their hand. A really great auto there. And then we've got to Activate Main Limit 1 for 1 green energy. If your opponent has 3 or more energy and you add one of your Gogeta BR cards with an energy cost of 6 to your Z energy, play this card from your Z energy. So a really good 1-drop kind of, well, 1 energy battle card that KOs through barrier and your opponent discards a card. And they have to deal with a 35k Double Striker as well. So interesting that this card doesn't have unique, but it's a great card to be able to play from the Z energy. And you can use a copy of itself to put into the Z energy and then play one that's already in your Z energy just to continue playing them. Obviously it is limit 1, so you can only do 1 a turn, but it's a great card to have out at all times. Whis' Capriciousness. It's a 1-drop extra card, counterattack limit 1. If your leader is a green Veku or green Gogeta, negate the attack. Additionally, you may discard 1 green card from your hand. If you do, your opponent can only attack 2 or more times for the turn. And then permanent, if your leader is a green green Gogeta BR card, and at least 1 Goku BR and Vegeta BR are in your Z energy, you can activate this card's counter skill from your hand without paying its energy cost. It does work similar to a Dormant Potential, limiting your opponent to only 2 attacks. Unlike Dormant, this does negate the initial attack and then gives your opponent 2 more, as opposed to Dormant where it doesn't negate. You still have to deal with that initial attack, but they can only attack 1 more from there. So when you combine this with some of the other negates and things like that, you can get out of a couple of attacks and not have to deal with a lot for the turn. But it's great having the permanent there to be able to trigger it and not rely on the unison as well. Son Gohan Latent Power Unleashed. It's a 6-drop 25k Deflect Critical. Auto, when this card is played, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, KO it. This card can't be KO'd by your opponent's skills until the end of their next turn, similar to the Super Saiyan Gogeta. Auto for 1 green energy. If your leader is green, when this card is added to your Z energy, choose up to one of your opponent's unisons and remove 3 markers from it. This is going to be a green staple, if there ever was one, just to be able to remove those markers. We've seen the Shenron now being able to interact with 2 or less unisons, but this doesn't matter how much markers are on the unison, what they played it for. Just for 1 energy, we can straight up remove 3 markers just by comboing and paying 1 energy on this card. It's really good. Activate main limit 1 for 2 generic energy. If your leader is green or a Master's Teachings card and your life's at 4 or less, play this card from your hand. So other use for this card as well, we can KO cards and have a 25k critical on the field, or if we need to, we can just straight up remove 3 markers. Kaioken Son Goku the Furious, another excellent green card. It is a 15k critical, and when it's played, our opponent discards a card from their hand. It's also a 5-drop, which has some great interaction with Zamasu, Deity's Wrath, I think it is. But we're not running that in this deck, but it will have some synergy with that in other hand destruction decks. Activate main limit 1 for 1 green. If you have 3 or more mono green energy, play this card from your hand. And activate battle once per turn for another green energy. This card gets plus 10,000 power for the battle and then minus 10,000 power during the next turn. So we can make this a 25k critical, but even for 1 energy, having a 15k crit and forcing your opponent to discard a card is extremely good. Super Saiyan Bardock Paternal Unison. As we get into some of the other cards, I did put a lot of focus on this deck to interact with the combo step. So just being able to remove combo pieces while having some kind of limited hand destruction, but just some good overall green cards to play. When you combine that with some combo control, it can be quite annoying. So we've got the 2-drop Unison. Auto, when your opponent combos, you may place up to 1 card from their combo area in the owner's drop. If you do negate this skill for the turn, we've got a +1 activate main. You may choose one of your green battle cards, energy cost of 1, KO it. If you do, your opponent chooses 1 card in their hand and discards it. And then a -3 activate main. This card gets +5,000 power and triple attack for the turn. Do need to be mindful of all the Unison interaction at the moment, but still a great Unison, still really fun as well. And yeah, the +1 works really well with the 1-drops that we have, and especially with the, I think it is the Crimson Goku that plays the 1-drop with the skills negated, and then you can just pop the 1-drop and force them to discard a card. Moving into more of this kind of combo interaction pieces, we've got Nappa, the red-green super combo. So at the end of the battle, when we combo with this card, we get to play it. And then we've got the Arrival Son Goku Unwavering Conviction. It's a rival red-green for 1 green energy, 20k double strike, and we've got to activate battle once per turn. Place up to 1 card from your opponent's combo area in the owner's drop area. Choose up to one of your Unisons or battle cards other than this card, and it gets +5,000 power for the turn. So again, just being able to keep these 2 cards out on the field, as well as the Z Leader when we get into that. We've got a lot of cards that can interact with combo. If we're running the Unison, we're going to be running Frieza, Charismatic Villain. And then we've got the Homicidal Clones, which we're always going to run in green decks for the most part, until a better negate comes out. This will be the new Cell Secret Rare that you play for 1 energy, can't attack until you have 3 or more energy, I believe it is. And it is a Quad Striker. And if it gets removed, then I believe we remove all battle cards and Unisons ignoring barrier, if I'm not mistaken. So a great secret rare. You probably could run the Cell Xeno if you wanted to, or some of the other green secret rares. We've got some 6-drops and things like that, an 8-drop and 4-drop, and it can easily get up to 12, but you do need the 5 energy to gain the dual attack and rip 3 and have the quad strike with the new errata as well. Moving into the Z deck, we'll start off with the Z Leader. We've got the Z Awaken, so 1 green energy when your life is at 4 or less over the green Gogeta, and then the 2 Z energy as well. Permanent, during your turn, this card gets +5,000 power. Auto once per turn, when you play a green battle card with EX Evolve from your Z energy, or a green Gogeta BR card with Union skill, choose one. We can either draw 2 cards and then discard a card from our hand, or we can force our opponent to discard a card from their hand, which is really good. And then we've got an auto. When your opponent uses a card in a combo, you may place up to 1 card with 5,000 combo power or less from your opponent's combo area in the drop if you do negate this skill for the turn. This is where that combo control starts to come into play, where we're forcing our opponent to play around with these effects and waste cards just to be able to combo up or defend. If they want to combo with super combos and things like that, it gets awkward when you have these 2 cards out. This one only hits 5Ks, so still kind of awkward to play around. If they try and bait you with the 5K first, you can pop it with the Z Leader, and then if they want a super combo later, you can use the Unison to pop that. So just some great synergy there. When you combine that with all the other cards, it can get pretty annoying. Bulma, a Humble Wish. It's a 1-drop, so 1 energy and 1 Z energy. If your leader is a green Veku or Gogeta, when you attack with the Son Goku or Vegeta BR card, both with EX Evolve, you may use 1 card from under that card in a combo with its skills negated for the turn, if you do negate this skill for the turn. A great way to get the EX Evolve cards back into your Z energy if you need to as well, so you can replay them, especially if you go into the Crimson ones, EX Evolving over the All Out Evolution. You can then put the All Out Evolution back into your Z energy to EX Evolve again. Activate main limit 1 if your leader is a green Veku or Gogeta BR card, and you place 1 card from your hand at the bottom of your deck. Play up to 1 Goku BR or Vegeta BR, both green, with an energy cost of 1 from your deck with its skills negated for the turn. Shuffle your deck and then remove this card from the game. If we're having trouble finding our pieces, then this is a great way just to get them out. And then last, we've got the Frieza Resurrected Ambition. It's a 2-drop, 1Z energy, deflect double striker. Auto when this card is played, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 5 or less and KO it. Auto once per turn. Place up to one of your Z energy in the owner's drop. When one of your green battle cards with an energy cost of 2 or more attacks, your opponent discards a card. Some really great effects there, especially when you're able to recycle cards from the drop as well. Probably would reduce this down to 2 and add in 2 of the new Jiren, which can also remove markers, I believe. So a couple of decent green cards coming out now, and we're starting to see a bit more synergy, but that is the deck. As always, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. We'll have deck ideas for all the other decks coming out in Fighter's Ambition as well. So hopefully we'll see you on one of them, if not this one.